Hi guys, I'm a Forester here with another pen review. Now 3 weeks ago I reviewed this pen right here. This is my black Platinum 3776 with a medium 14 karat gold nib. And some of you thought I was just way too hard on it. In that review I said that I was surprised at how light it felt, and the injection molded plastic just felt cheap to me. I also said that it was very difficult to get the ink to flow initially. And I also mentioned the annoying rattling sound that's due to the ball in the ink cartridge. I think you can hear that. I also mentioned that this pen is overpriced in the American market, but I bought my pen directly from a Japanese merchant at a much lower price. Well, the pen that I'm reviewing today is another Platinum 3776, but this one is in Bourgogne colored, or wine colored I would call it. And it also has a fine nib instead of a medium nib. Now, I'm not going to make you watch the whole video. If you want to know what I think about this one, all the things I said about the black Platinum 3776 apply to this one, with the addition of one more negative, and it's due to the fine nib. But I really enjoy carrying both of these Platinum 3776s, and they're going to be regulars in my pen EDC rotation. Let's go to the tabletop. I'll give you a close-up look at this pen, and then I'll do a writing sample. Okay, here we are at the tabletop. This is the box that the pen comes in, and there it is right there. Also in the box came a user's manual. It's interesting that the outside is in English, but all the inside is in Japanese. Also in the box comes a warranty card. And there's one ink cartridge that comes with it. It's still in the pen, and then I got this converter extra, and I'll switch over to that when the ink cartridge is empty. Okay, I'm not going to belabor this video or this pen that much, and so I'm going to go straight to a writing sample. So this is the Platinum. $37.76 custom, and this is in Bourgogne, and this has a fine 14 karat gold nib. Now just for comparison, I'm going to go ahead and write with the black version to give you a comparison. This is the Platinum 3776 custom, black, and this has a medium 14 karat gold nib. It puts down a lot more ink, and it's more pleasurable to write with. Now the negative I mentioned was that with this fine nib right here, when you're writing on cheap paper, it's a positive and a negative, because when you're writing on cheap paper, this puts down a very fine line so it doesn't bleed, or, you know, it's a very crisp writing compared to the other. But what I've noticed is on cheap paper, it tends to dig into the paper and take up fibers that get caught in the nib. So I don't know if that's a big problem, but I have noticed that it does that from time to time. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you a quote. Okay, and I think this quote is relative to this pen in my reviews. For a manager to be perceived as a positive manager, they need a 4-to-1 positive to negative contact ratio. Now that quote came from a guy named Ken Blanchard, who's a U.S. writer and also a motivational speaker. Now, that's in relation to being a manager, but I think it applies to this pen also. So I gave it 5 negatives. Let's see how many positives I can come up with. I enjoy writing with this pen. The slip and seal technology works great. Ever since the initial startup issue, it has started every single time. I got this pen directly from Japan for a great price, $73. And I really like this Bourgogne color. This fine nib is great when I can't control what paper I'm writing on. And when the ink cartridge runs out, I'll just switch to the converter and no more annoying rattle. I'll enjoy matching a wine-colored ink to this pen. The pocket clip has just the right amount of tension, and I love the styling. If you look close, you can see the slip and seal mechanism through the cap. The 3776 is one pen that I enjoy writing with posted. The 3776 would make a great gift pen. The 14 karat gold nib comes at a reasonable price. This is a great business pen. It has very conservative styling. It has a generous sized nib with a predictable amount of feedback. The gold trim looks good on it. It's made by a quality company that will stand behind the pen. You're not going to have to baby this pen. It's a pen that you can lend to others and you don't have to worry about it. The section is very comfortable. There's no sharp edges. It's named after a volcano, Mount Fuji. How neat is that? And finally, it looks great in the pocket. So this pen has a 4-to-1 positive to negative ratio. According to Ken Blanchard, that's a positive review of the Platinum 3776 Custom. Please don't say I was too hard on it. Y'all take care.